Are you dreading the thought of moving after all these years? But I would love to have a beautiful one-level home with less work. I could spend more time with my family, my friends, maybe even take up a hobby. Downsizing or right-sizing your home? What the heck is right-sizing? Did you know that 30% of retirees actually purchased a larger home? It's true. I've seen it happen. Moving to an area where a seller can actually live in their absolute dream home for a lot less money works out perfectly. For example, someone moving from Boulder, where prices are higher, purchases a home in, say, like Tennessee, North Carolina, or maybe some parts of Florida. Downsizing does not have to mean compromising on your new home. In this video, I'll share 9 steps to make moving to your new dream home a reality and with less stress. I'll leave a link below where you can download my downsizing book with even more great information. My name is Carla Howell with Boulder County Homes, and my contact information is below. So feel free to reach out. You can call, text, or email me, or go ahead and schedule a call. I would be happy to answer any of your questions. For many homeowners, it's actually fun looking forward to your dream home in retirement. But for others, it can be daunting to even think about moving. After all, you've had a lot of years to accumulate a lot of things. Lots of stuff, lots and lots of things. We all do it, but it might be something you'd rather not think about, let alone actually do. There is no right or perfect time to right size, but one of the most common things that I hear from some of my clients is, wow, I should have done this sooner. If you decide to move, you'll want to have a clear plan, equipped with information and realistic expectations in order to make your next move with less stress. I'm curious, if you could buy your dream home first, move in, and then sell your current home for top dollar after the move, would you go for it? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get started. Number 1, less is more in many cases. When people hear the word downsizing, they often think about retirees or empty nesters. And while those are definitely a demographic most likely to consider downsizing or right-sizing, they're not the only ones. More and more people are seeking smaller houses to call home. Housing has become costly with the upkeep, maintenance, and bills. But it's not just something homeowners are choosing to do for the cost benefits. It's become the cool thing to do. For example, the tiny house movement. You know, it's normal to have some strong emotions and memories attached to your house. But don't overlook the lifestyle, and memories you'll be able to create in your next one. What are you working with? As far as buying your next home, figuring out what you can afford has a lot to do with the current value of your house right now and how much you may still owe, if anything, on a mortgage. Most homeowners have a general idea about how much their house is worth, whether it's seeing it or hearing it through the neighborhood grapevine, Zillow Estimate, or other websites out there on the internet. The first thing you should do is get a thorough and accurate comparative market analysis, which is called a CMA, and it's created by a local real estate agent, or an appraisal from a real estate appraiser. The cost of a CMA is $0, and the cost of an appraisal, well, it could be several $100s. Plus, real estate agents tend to have more of a feel for the actual market beyond just the data. And they'll have tips and tricks to share in order for you to get the most amount of money from your sale. Number 3, before you spend a dime and before you even think about listing your house for sale, reach out to a reliable accountant and, if needed, a financial and estate planner. You know, the laws change frequently and they vary from state to state. So there's an inherent risk of losing some of your hard-earned equity due to poor or lack of planning. The time and money you spend on these professionals can really pay off. Number 4, time for timing. Before you put your house on the market, you should spend some time thinking about the timing of your sale and your moving plans. The first thing to consider is whether or not you'll need to sell your house in order to buy another one. If you have little or no mortgage, you may not have to sell your house in order to purchase a new one. If you have a mortgage and you're watching your cash flow, you may need to sell your house first in order to fund your move. Or maybe not. There's a lot of really amazing programs out there. Regardless of your situation, you should work with both your listing and buyer real estate agents at this time. Or maybe the only agent if you're staying in the same city or location. They'll have great options out there to help you with your specific situation. Become knowledgeable about rentals in the area that you are relocating to as a temporary solution. Most likely, the timing of your selling and buying will not sync up. A simultaneous sale and purchase is so risky. So having a solid plan for temporary living arrangements, that will put your mind at ease. Number 5, speaking of scarcity, hopefully the research you'll be doing will be in your favor and will show that you have plenty of housing opportunities to choose from. However, in many places in the country, the opposite may be true with a low inventory of listings. This creates a longer process on the buy side. With low inventory comes timing issues, higher offer amounts, and competition. So I would recommend short-term rentals for temporary housing. This will ease your pain. Flexibility on the buy side is key. Number 6, the fun part. It's time to declutter. When selling a house, you want to make sure it shows as well as possible in order to get the highest price and the shortest amount of time. One of the most important things to do before putting it on the market is to declutter. No matter what you hear, like, oh, buyers, they'll just see past your stuff. Let's just get it on the market. Do not listen. It is not true. I've worked with over 100 families, and I know from experience that a clean house without stinky smells and in decent repair will absolutely sell quicker than the one next door that's in just the opposite condition. So pack up the things you don't need on a daily basis. This will give you a head start on packing and baby steps that will squelch that overwhelming feeling. Rent a storage unit and then store your stuff that you want to keep in the unit. If you're on the fence about getting rid of something, just throw it in the storage unit for now. It may be easier for you to make a list or tag everything in the house that you don't need, want, or will have room for. Then have your family and friends come over, share some treats, and see if they want any of it. Maybe a glass of wine will be inspirational, and all your giveaways will be gone at the end of the party. Whatever's left can be sold or given away in a yard sale or online. And Facebook Marketplace is great if you use the word free and share your ad with 7 to 9 garage sale groups. Number 7, debating, updating. One of the most common things real estate agents hear from people considering selling is they're debating updating their house. Updating the wrong things could literally lose you money. It just depends on the real estate market you're in and what else buyers in that market have to choose from. So the best thing to do is speak with a real estate agent and ask for advice before you spend too much money. While many buyers love an updated house, there are still plenty of buyers who will want to buy a house that has not been updated. Take it or leave it. That's number 8. One stance you may want to avoid is an attitude of, I'm selling my house as is. I am not fixing anything. The buyer can take it or leave it as far as I'm concerned. Well, it would be really nice and ideal to find a buyer that gives you the highest possible price and doesn't squabble over repairs. In the real world, your buyer will probably mention at least a few items to be addressed after inspection. In Colorado, a buyer can choose to negotiate or terminate at this point in the contract. End of story. And your house goes back on the market and you get to start all over. So as a seller, flexibility is very important within reason. Number 9, times have changed. There's a good chance that you bought your house decades ago. Even if it was just 5 years ago, the internet is now the most important and useful tool to real estate agents, homeowners, and home buyers. There is no single universal or best marketing plan. Every real estate agent has their own approach. So make sure you hire an agent who uses the latest technology for marketing. If the real estate agent you used 20 or 30 years ago is still in the business and you want to work with him or her, just make sure they've adopted all of the best technology. If you're moving from another city and state and would like help finding a great listing agent or real estate agent to help, just reach out. I can help you with that. It is a good idea to connect both the listing agent in your current location with the buyer's agent in your new location. They will work together to coordinate all of the moving parts. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope you watch these next videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out more videos below in the description box, and I'll see you on the next one.